In 2024, the gilded cages of Hollywood didn't just rattle, they came crashing down. For years, we watched them on red carpets, hoisting awards and living lives most of us can only dream of. They were the titans of entertainment, icons with seemingly untouchable empires. Then, suddenly, the dream curdled into a nightmare. Headlines replaced movie posters. Courtroom sketches replaced paparazzi photos, and the applause just stopped. They had the world at their feet. Now some have nothing left but the wreckage. What on earth went so wrong? Fame is a fragile thing. Fortune, even more so. In 2024, that lesson was learned the hard way by some of the biggest names in the business. This wasn't just a string of bad press or a few career stumbles. This was a year of catastrophic freefalls. We saw shocking legal battles and career-ending controversies bring empires to a sudden, brutal end. From pop stars to producers, the pedestals crumbled, leaving behind some wild, cautionary tales. Now, we have a feeling you might already know who's at our #1 spot. It's been a year. So here's a little game. Drop your guess for the most shocking downfall of 2024 in the comments right now. No cheating. Then, stick with us to the end to see if you called it. Today, we're counting down the 10 most shocking falls from grace of 2024. Kicking off our list is Jennifer Lopez, a superstar who faced a stunning public opinion reversal in 2024. The year was meant to be her triumph, with a new album and a film, This Is Me, Now, celebrating her rekindled love with Ben Affleck. Instead, the project was widely seen as a vanity project, and rumors about her diva-like behavior went viral. The real crisis hit in May when Lopez abruptly canceled her entire North American tour, citing a need to be with her family.
You know, I decided to take the summer off and be home with the kids, and
The cancellation came amidst reports of disappointingly low ticket sales and swirling rumors of trouble in her marriage to Affleck. Once a beloved icon, J.Lo ended the year as a cautionary tale about authenticity, with her carefully crafted brand suffering a major blow. Next on our list is an actress long seen as one of Hollywood's princesses, Blake Lively. For years, she cultivated an image of effortless glamour, but 2024 saw that polished persona take a major hit. The trouble began with the promotional tour for her film, It Ends With Us, an adaptation of a novel centered on domestic violence. Lively faced widespread public backlash for her tone-deaf promotion, which encouraged audiences to wear your florals, and presented the film as a lighthearted romance.
It Ends With Us is in theaters now, so grab your friends, wear your florals, and head out to see it.
The controversy deepened as she promoted her alcohol and hair care brands in connection with the film, a move many deemed inappropriate. The situation imploded in December when Lively filed a sexual harassment complaint against Justin Baldoni, her co-star and director, alleging a hostile work environment. The complaint opened the floodgates to a high-profile feud, but a key part of her downfall was the unexpected role of her close friend, Taylor Swift. As the legal battle escalated, Baldoni's team alleged Lively was using her friendship with Swift to pressure him on script changes. The subsequent media storm and Swift's public silence on the matter were seen by many as a deafening blow, tarnishing Lively's credibility and leaving her once unshakable image seriously damaged. Chicago rapper Lil Durk found himself in the fight for his career and freedom in 2024, as he faced a stunning slate of federal charges. In late 2024, he was arrested and indicted in an alleged murder-for-hire plot targeting rival rapper Quando Rondo. Prosecutors claim the scheme was retaliation for the 2020 killing of his close friend King Von, and that an attempted hit resulted in the death of Rondo's close friend and cousin, Lil Pab. Throughout 2024, the case escalated with new charges being added, including some related to the use of a machine gun. As he awaits a major trial, Lil Durk is also facing a wrongful death lawsuit from Lil Pab's family, creating a storm of legal troubles that threatens to permanently derail his career. Lizzo built a global brand on empowerment, self-love, and relentless positivity. That brand was shaken to its very core in August 2023, when 3 of her former backup dancers filed a lawsuit alleging sexual harassment and a hostile work environment.
Did I unfortunately go to the bathroom on myself on stage because I was so terrified? Yes.
The legal battle and public fallout raged throughout 2024. In February, a judge denied Lizzo's request to have the suit dismissed, allowing the case to move forward. The allegations, which include claims of being pressured to participate in sexually explicit shows, stood in stark contrast to her public persona. While Lizzo has denied the claims, calling them unbelievable and outrageous, the ongoing legal proceedings have tarnished the very image she so carefully crafted, leaving fans to wonder about the truth behind the feel-good anthems. For decades, Justin Timberlake was pop's golden boy. But in 2024, that polished image began to seriously crack.
Mom, how's your reading going?
Justin Timberlake is a bitch. I like Backstreet Boys.
The trouble started with the fallout from his ex-girlfriend Britney Spears' 2023 memoir, which contained bombshell allegations that he had cheated on her and pressured her into an abortion. The backlash carried into 2024, tainting the rollout of his new album. Then, in June, things got worse. Timberlake was arrested for DWI in the Hamptons, an incident that produced a viral mugshot and headlines everywhere. The arrest, combined with the renewed scrutiny of his past behavior, created a perfect storm that shattered his carefully maintained public persona and left many fans seeing him in a completely new and not-so-flattering light.
He was on tour for the Forget Tomorrow tour, and I'm pretty sure he wants to forget this right now, because if you go online, there are seats in every section for all shows.
The long, simmering tension between Drake and Kendrick Lamar exploded into an all-out war in 2024, and it was way more than a typical rap battle. In a series of brutal diss tracks, the two lyrical titans traded deeply personal and damaging blows. The feud escalated when Lamar, on tracks like Meet the Grams and Not Like Us, made explosive and unverified allegations against Drake, accusing him of being a sexual predator and having a secret child. Drake fired back, vehemently denying the allegations on his track, The Heart Part 6, but the damage was done. For many listeners, when Kendrick dropped Not Like Us, the battle was decisively over. Drake then went on to worsen his defeat by filing a lawsuit against their shared record label, Universal Music Group, for defamation, claiming the label illegally promoted Lamar's track. For many in the hip-hop community, taking the beef from the booth to the courtroom was seen as a weak move, a sign that he had lost the lyrical war and was retaliating with lawyers instead of bars. This, combined with the sheer gravity of Lamar's claims, left Drake's carefully crafted brand seriously wounded.
If you're finding this peek behind the curtain of fame as wild as we are, hit that subscribe button and ring the bell. We get into stories like these every week, and you won't want to miss what's coming up.
The Beautiful Girls singer Sean Kingston saw his world dramatically upended in May 2024. A SWAT team raided his rented South Florida mansion, arresting his mother and kicking off a shocking legal saga. Kingston himself was arrested hours later in California, where he was performing. The two were charged with committing over $1 million in fraud and theft. Prosecutors laid out a scheme where Kingston allegedly used his fame to acquire luxury goods, including expensive jewelry, a massive TV, and a bulletproof Escalade, and then never paid for them. The case wrapped with Kingston being sentenced to prison, a stunning collapse for the 2000s pop star. For years, whispers of a toxic environment on the sets of his Nickelodeon shows followed producer Dan Schneider. In March 2024, those whispers became a roar with the release of the docuseries Quiet on Set, The Dark Side of Kids TV. The series laid out numerous allegations of sexism, racism, and creating an uncomfortable, inappropriate environment for young actors and writers. Though Schneider wasn't accused of the same crimes as others in the documentary, the series painted a damning picture of his behavior and abuse of power. In May, Schneider filed a defamation lawsuit against the show's producers, claiming the series falsely implied he was a child predator. Despite his apology for embarrassing on-set behavior, the overwhelming public reaction to the docuseries has effectively destroyed any chance of a career comeback. The controversy surrounding the artist now known as Ye hit a new level in 2024, with a flood of lawsuits from former employees that painted a picture of a deeply toxic workplace. In June, a former personal assistant sued him for alleged sexual harassment and wrongful termination. Just weeks later, a group of 8 former employees, some of whom were minors who worked on a Yeezy streaming app, filed another lawsuit. They alleged they were subjected to forced labor and cruel, inhuman, or degrading treatment, were called slaves, and weren't paid for their work. These followed other suits from his Donda Academy, alleging discrimination and unsafe conditions.
Kanye gave them sushi every single day. Kids were getting sick. We had a couple of kids that had to stay out.
With former employees claiming Ye praised Hitler and treated black staff poorly. The sheer volume and disturbing nature of the claims in 2024 have left his career and reputation buried under an avalanche of legal problems. And finally, the most catastrophic and shocking fall from grace of 2024 belongs to Sean P. Diddy Combs. The hip-hop mogul's world imploded in a way not seen since the downfalls of figures like Harvey Weinstein or Bill Cosby. The year began with his homes in Los Angeles and Miami being dramatically raided by federal agents as part of a sex trafficking investigation. Then in September, a federal grand jury indicted Combs on stunning charges, including racketeering conspiracy and sex trafficking. Prosecutors alleged that Combs ran a criminal enterprise that used violence and coercion to exploit women for years. This followed the leak of a horrifying 2016 surveillance video showing him violently assaulting his former partner, Cassie Ventura, which confirmed claims from her 2023 lawsuit. Combs has been found guilty on 2 federal counts of transporting individuals for the purpose of prostitution, but was acquitted of racketeering and sex trafficking charges. He was denied bail and will remain in detention as he awaits sentencing. His empire has been obliterated, and his name is now synonymous with one of the darkest scandals in music history. From public opinion to federal charges, 2024 was a year of reckoning. The stories of these 10 celebrities are a brutal reminder that fame and fortune are no shield against accountability. The empires they built, some over decades, crumbled under the weight of their own actions, leaving careers shattered and legacies redefined forever. It just goes to show that the truth, no matter how long it's been buried, usually finds its way into the light. And when it does, the fall can be swift, brutal, and absolute. What do you think? Which of these falls from grace shocked you the most? Is there any coming back for any of them? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Thanks for watching. For more stories that everyone's talking about, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel. We'll see you in the next one.